Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Heavens of Sorcery. So last episode, of course, we started up Embers and Astral Sorcery and lots of different things. We went to the Aether. Today we're going to be pushing on, seeing what's up ahead, because we're not too far from finishing out this quest tab. Now to get the Phosic Resonator, we do have to get Zanite gemstones. Let's go ahead, let's pop into back into the Aether. We need to do a bit more exploration. There's still a lot in the Aether. Of course, there's dungeons and things like that are available, and we will definitely be diving into those in due time. Now, Zanite, I cannot recall, is that the one that spawns on the underside of this? If so, which I'm thinking that it is, I'm just going to rip through the Holy Stone here. And if it's the one that I'm thinking of, it's going to be down here somewheres abouts. Okay, there's the bottom of the world. I found some ice stone, which I'm pretty sure we're going to be using that for something. Making tin, we have to use it. Also, the Rune of Winter, we need it, and to make the freezer. Okay. Actually, right over there is some. And I think I see some over there, too. Alright, we'll just go for that, then. I'm going to have to kind of bridge my way across. That's fine. We'll go over to one of these little islands. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so let me go ahead. I don't want this to fall into the void. Okay. We'll go ahead and get ourselves some of this Zanite. And at this point, let's go ahead and island home. It's nighttime. It's perfect time, hopefully, to craft a Phosic Resonator, I think. And then we can see about finding ourselves a star field for future endeavors. And that way, kind of my plan is, we'll get this, we'll find a star field, and then we'll set up the advanced altar. Is kind of what I'm thinking. So this is just marble, mana steel, aquamarine, and a bucket of liquid starlight. That is easy enough. So we'll go ahead. There's our mana steel. Toss that in, and then what? Just 2 marble and aquamarine. Okay, so there is everything that we need for our Phosic Resonator. We'll go ahead and snag this. And quest complete, and what did we get? Oh, the 20 Black Lotus for that quest. Okay, now if we take a look around, so it's possible we may have one around here, possibly building out our platform would also give us access to one, but maybe the Misty World might be best, at least for now. Starfields are nice, like on the short term. And I mean, in some cases, you don't even need a starfield because you may have an area that's so rife with mana, even though it's not technically a starfield because it does vary from place to place. I'm not seeing one here, so Misty World might be worth giving that a shot, I think. And of course, there's different strengths of starfields. We're looking for something that is pretty strong, ideally. And pretty close to where we spawn in would be nice too. Oh, right here. This is perfect. Alright, so I'm just going to build up right here. Well, really there's no point in really building up except just to escape the mobs, I guess. Because as long as we're like above, I think it's Y125, there's really no gain above that point. So... and let me go ahead and mark this as Starfield. And I'm going to go ahead and just build out a little platform. If we place this down, yeah, we should have plenty of starlight here. And it's not too far. I mean, there's where I spawn in at, so. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at Alternation. Yeah, for this we're going to need a Rune of Mana. The rest of it's pretty easy. Let me go ahead and pull this up for right now. Let's pop back. It probably doesn't matter too much because there's a pretty good chance that crafting in that star field, we'll be able to craft it even during the day because it's going to be rife with mana. But let's go ahead. I'm going to need 3 mana steel, 2 mana orbs, 2 mana pearls, and a piece of mana powder. Alright, so let's go ahead. There's that, and that. And I think that's everything that we're going to need for this. Yeah. And then in addition, we are going to need the rock crystal, the bucket of liquid starlight, the 2 chiseled marble, and 4 pillars. Okay, and this is done. So there's that. And then in addition, we are also going to need, let me just pull it up in here because it's a bit easier. It'll be exploration. And we are wanting this. We're going to need 8 chiseled marble, 28 marble arches, 24 marble bricks, 8 marble pillars, and 21 sooty marble to build the structure. So let's, actually I've got the sooty marble. Yeah, I'll just bring this with me in my chisel and we'll just set it up there. Okay, so to make this, which I guess we can do it through here, we're going to visualize it, and we're going to do it right there. Alright, so I'm just finishing off with the pillars and the capstones. And there we go, and then we'll just drop in our table there. And this, we're going to go ahead and lay out the craft. I don't know if we'll have quite enough starlight during the day, but we'll see. Yeah, we need just a little bit more. So we're going to have to come back at night. That's fine. So looking over at the Ember Activator, I swear the rewards in this pack are just insane. Like, just from rewards, you don't really even need an Ember Boar, I feel like. Let's go ahead. But we do have plenty of copper for this, so it's actually going to be a fairly easy craft for us. Let's go ahead and get those iron plates. We'll try to get all this together before nighttime hits. So we're going to need any container with lava, 2 ember crystals, 2 ember shards, and magma cream. There's some of magma cube. We may just have to go hunt down magma cubes, to be honest. Bacterial shell, amethyst, and slimy bones we can conjure. We can conjure a slime that way, which would involve us going down into the mist. Not a terrible prospect, but honestly I think just going into the nether and hunting down magma cubes might be the easiest route to go for that. But let's go ahead, let's pop in, let's hit this with the resonating wand. So we can finish out this quest. It's going to take a minute to transform this altar. Oh no, it's actually really quick in this pack. I'm used to it taking a little bit longer, but... oh, I guess I don't have to pick that up. Seems like it completed just from crafting. I'm used to actually having to pick it up for quests. That's going to unlock Zoom and Enhance. The constellation papers you found in those old shrines detail the position and shape of the constellations in the sky. Perhaps it's time to try and identify them. A simple looking glass will suffice, but a stationary telescope has a bit more pizzazz, don't you think? And to make this, it's actually fairly easy to make. Yeah, we might just pop over and make that. And then a link to the stars. You've seen the large, this is where we're going to start making star metal. You've seen the large crystals in those big marble temples, right? Those actually collect and starlight. I think it's supposed to be collect starlight. And can redirect focus beams of it elsewhere. To control it, you'll need a linking tool. Once you have some, take some of the iron ore from the Misty World and use the crystal to turn it into star metal ore. Let's see, what did we need to make the... I'd like to go ahead and get this so we can start it tonight, hopefully. That would be awesome. And I'm going to need a total of 7 living wood twigs for this. Yeah, so I'll just grab 2 extra gold and we'll go ahead and pop back over and whip that up real quick. That way we can go ahead and check for constellations tonight. Okay, so our looking glass, there's that. I actually didn't even notice the glass lens, but we got some as a reward, so it's not a big deal. And then there is our telescope. And you can see our starlight crafting altar capped out on starlight. The beauty of a star field. And there we go, zoom and enhance. Okay, so we gotta try to beat sunrise right now. We've got, it looks like a few. This one I think I know. This one actually is a pretty simple one. But basically we just have to trace out the constellations correctly. there's Evorcio. And we'll come back around. I think there's only 3 up tonight. Yeah, this is the first one. And basically what we've got to do is we've got to basically shape up the constellation. I do suggest pulling up maybe a constellation cheat sheet. This one, it looks like, is that. It just makes your life a bit easier. No, it's going to go over like this, that, and then up to these. There's Dissidia. This one may be Avitas, I think. And it's only going to show the ones, I believe, that you have the papers for. The sun's starting to come up, so try to finish this one off real quick. And this is so that we gain more knowledge of these. There we go, Avitas. And that's all the constellations that were up tonight. We've got those. Yeah, we'll have to check back again later, later tonight in game. So back over to this. Let me go ahead and just place out that for right now. And we're basically looking at the activator. And we're just going to need a bucket of lava and then the 2 magma cream that we need. So let's go ahead, pop back home. And then we have to get this. We'll probably try to get this later tonight as well so we can start getting star metal. So let's go ahead and pop to the nether. We do have those 20 black lotuses. So if a time comes up where we need mana, we can pop those and, get some free mana. So that's always good. I have actually seen magma cubes, but they've always been off in the distance and I haven't bothered with them really. There we go. Didn't take too long. I think this is a little bit easier, truth be told, than a little bit more reliable than farming slimes at the moment. Anyways. Alright, I did get just enough. So, okay, so back over to the activator, the molten core, there's that. So we've got everything for the activator. Now I want to go ahead and pull up the linking tool, because we can easily get ourselves some star metal. We're going to need 2 aquamarine, a rock crystal. We're going to need a mana pearl. And then we're going to need living wood twigs, living wood, and wisdom wood logs. Okay. Got everything together for the linking tool. Sun will be setting before too long. We'll go ahead and pop over and see if we can make these 2. Okay, so that, we can go ahead and make the Ember Activator. We have enough Starlight at the moment. So there's that, and then the linking tool, we're not going to be able to make that quite yet. That's fine. We got that Meltdown. We need to make the melter, the stamper, the stamp base, and the bar stamp. Working with ingots is fine for most purposes, but the mountain folk devised a way to use the ember energy to melt down metals into a molten form and then recast it in different shapes. In some cases, such as plates, this allows greater material efficiency. Okay, we are going to need another molten core. That's fine. And then related chapters. Moving ember energy, that's fine. They gave us emitters and receptors as a quest reward. So we're not going to have any issues at all moving that energy around. The quest rewards in this pack, that's one thing. Which once we reach kind of the end of the progression stuff, we'll kind of have some closing thoughts. Of course, the pack is in beta, but I will say the quest rewards in this pack are just broken. They're too much, I think. Like the one was crazy. It's like get an ember boar and get 1 ember shard. Quest reward 30 ember shards. Like it's too much, I think. That's me personally, but the quest rewards are so good, like there's not much purpose of really setting and working with anything, I don't think. Plus, I mean, we're already unkillable just with diamond armor, so there's like nothing even hurts us at this point. Okay, so we need to get a stamper, stamp base, and melter. I think the stamp stuff is a bit cheaper. I've got to get a molten core for the melter itself. I'm still running off of, that's like the copper and stuff. Oh yeah, we got to craft it in the Misty World. We can make 3 pistons at a time though by using living rock and living wood. So we're definitely going to do that. If it takes Zanite or niobium, niobium is a little bit easier for us because it is very easy to farm up niobium. And just basically changing that over to the mana versions, definitely worth doing, I think. So there's 3 pistons. Stamp base is the cauldron. And you could see the sun's starting to set, and you could see the constellations that are up that we have discovered over there. So we will pop over and check the looking glass. I could set the looking glass up over here. It seems like that would totally work, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, I don't recall. That doesn't normally make 4. Like 4 Camonite bricks makes 4 Camonite bricks. Normally it's 1, 2. I do like that. Basically for building purposes and stuff. Alright, I've got the stuff for the stamper related things, because the bar stamps aren't going to require, I don't think, oh, you just chisel them. Okay. Yeah, that's easy enough. Let's go ahead and pop over. Let's check our constellations for tonight and get the stamper and stamp base made. Okay, so we can go ahead and get our linking tool. I do want to get this. I've got some iron ore that I'd mined up, because I haven't really been smelting it because there's not really any point to do so, because of course we've got iron berries, which are like super easy metals. Alright, so there's that. There's our stamper. There's our stamp base. And we'll check our constellations. Not seeing any new ones tonight. Nope, all the same ones up tonight. Let's go ahead and warp on home, and then we're going to have to pop over to the Aether for a minute. A lot of dimension hopping. And then I've got to pop to the Nether to go get more magma cream. Yeah, we'll go to the Aether first. Alright, so all we're going to do here, pop over to one of these. And really you can do this in the daytime or the nighttime, it doesn't really matter. But we're going to go ahead and just break this block. And block that off to get rid of this water. We're going to go ahead and dig this out and just expose our floating crystal. And then what we can do is place out all this iron. And shift right click, right click, right click, right click, right click. Just all across all of these. And that way we can link our collector crystal. There is a limit. It may not be connecting to these two at the bottom here. Not for sure. Doesn't look like it. No. We've reached our cap, basically. And you can see that's starting to change over into star metal. There we go, link to the stars, and it looks like my inventory's full. Let's do that. Yeah, we got 10 Stardust as a reward. In tune, with Star Metal in hand and knowledge of the greater constellations acquired, it's time to put that to use. Notes scribbled on the constellation paper you found suggest you can attune yourself to a constellation, imbuing yourself with power derived from its light. This requires a large Atuman Altar with Spectral Relays. So basically we just have to do the attunement stuff. Rune of Starlight. This is a new one. 2 Star Metal, 2 Stardust, 2 Runes of Mana. I do like that. I like seeing new runes made with content tweaker. Alright, let's go ahead and warp back home. We got our star metal, and this stuff, to process it down, we just smelt it. Kind of curious to see if the runes of mana get consumed, because normally, if you use a rune to craft a rune, it doesn't get consumed, but I'm kind of curious about if it does or not in this pack. But all of our current Stardust, I'm just going to go ahead and smelt that down. Okay, so I've got to pop down to the... I guess we'll go ahead and do the Meltdown. And my Elytra did break on me, so I'm pretty much hoofing it at this point. I do have another Elytra, though. And we have enough XP now. We're going to do some enchanting. I did get stuff for that. Can't remember if I mentioned that. It looks like we can get a Silk Touch on our pick, which is kind of nice. Let me check on the Shock Protection. Protection 4. I wouldn't mind getting Protection 4 on our legs, to be honest. And let's go ahead and check a book. Knockback 2. I don't really want that. What about an Ethereal Sword? Fire Aspect 2. I don't want that either. Okay, I've just got to get my XP to update now. That'll do it. Then we can get Protection 4 on our legs and Unbreaking 3. Not bad. Now, I want to turn our attention over towards the Atuman Altar. Let's go ahead and just pull this up in this book. This will be under Attunement. Attunement. And we are going to need 225 sooty marble. Okay. And we're going to need the Atuman Altar. Let's go ahead and start getting the stuff together for that. So most of the stuff's pretty straightforward. Spectral Relays are not expensive. I might... Actually, I've got some glass lenses right there. Rock Crystal we've got. The Rune of Starlight. This is probably the most expensive part, I suppose. Though I'm not sure if it's going to consume the Runes of Mana, like I mentioned. But I am going to need all 6 of my Niobium that's left over. I'm going to have to go mine a bit more of that, I think. Because we are starting to use a bit of that. I've got some more Nacra Pearls. But I'd rather not use like decent ones, because we can just use waste ones, you know, it's the same outcome. I'm going to need some more mana. I'm going to go ahead and toss in our Black Lotuses at this point. Might as well. So there's that. Mana powder, mana orbs. Then I need the mana steel. Alright, so we should have everything we need to get this up and going. There we go. Let that start crafting up. And then I'm going to have to get another one. And then I think aside from that, we've got pretty much all of this. Because it's really just that and that. There we go. And we'll get the next one running. Okay, this is done. There's that, that, and we'll get that running. Now, City Marble we will be low on, but that's fine. We can just craft up some more. I think we needed 225 Sooty Marble. But there's our rune. 2 of those, and we do get the Runes of Mana back. So that's good news. What all are these used for? Oh wow, actually quite a few things. Looks like a lot of our Aether stuff we're going to be able to push into before too long as well. Okay, night is starting to set, and I did look, and we do get 200 Sooty Marble from the quest to make the Attunement Altar, so that's good. Let's go ahead, smack that. We'll get the Melter knocked out. So there's that. Not sure what they're wanting us to melt down and do with that, but I guess we'll find out here pretty soon, I imagine. And then the Attunement Altar, we're going to get the Spectral Relays. So there's that. And while we're waiting, let's go ahead. This is the shield, right? Like something like, yeah, like this. I remember this one. I always think of it as a shield. There is another one I think that's shield shaped also, but or reminds me of a shield. So there's our Mara. We got this one here. Some of these like starter ones are a bit easier. The later ones I don't tend to remember without looking up. There's VCO, which I think that is the last of our main, you know, like the initial 5 constellations. I think that's the last of those. So we do have those unlocked now. And then over to the Atuman Altar, there's that. We'll go ahead and smack that, get that running. We've got 6 Spectral Relays. We'll see where that gets us. And there we go. In tune, quest complete. So now we're up to 286 Sooty Marble. So that's good. And then we got From the Heavens. Seems that not only can you attune yourself in the Attunement Altar, but you can attune rock crystals too. With these attuned rock crystals, you can further focus the starlight collected by your altar and upgrade it once again. So for this, we need an attuned rock crystal, 2 of those Runes of Starlight, 2 bronze ingots. So we're going to have to start making bronze with the melter. Makes sense. But I want to go ahead and get some attunement going on. So to make this structure, let's go ahead and do the preview for this real quick. I don't have a block placed out. I'm just going to anchor it right here because I'm more interested in the actual overall size of it than I am the layout of it, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to need 80 marble arches. And I can't remember the structure. Okay, there's not a block there. Okay, that's what I was curious about. But basically I just want the overall size because I can't remember what the overall size is. Is this centered? That's 4. And that's 4. Perfect. So let me go ahead, get the 80 marble arches that we're going to need. And this does, I think, get a little bit bigger, but I think I've got enough space here for it. If not, we can make adjustments when that time comes up. So we're going to go ahead and just place out okay. And at this point, once you get the marble arches ran, it's really just a process of filling everything in at that point. Because we're just going to take Sooty Marble. Builder's Wand, of course. I didn't bring one. I'm not that worried about it. Been playing so much vanilla lately, like building on there, and not having the Builder's Wand, which I actually prefer that. Personally, I know a lot of people love Builder's Wands. I'll use them for certain things, but I don't know. I'm just more of a fan of doing it old school, I guess. Okay, so our Atuman Altar is now built. Okay, I was doing some thinking. I think we're going to go with Avatos for our constellation, our attunement constellation. So I know I'm going to need more Spectral Relays. I'm going to go ahead and get the stuff to craft. Let's see, these craft 1 at a time. Okay, I'm going to get the stuff to craft 5 more of them. We still got a little while before night. So I guess we'd go ahead and finish out this quest and maybe start setting this up a little bit. It'll probably be next episode before we actually get to using it, but I'm going to go ahead and put the stamp base there, and we're going to need a block, and then the stamper sitting right up there, and then we'll have the melter setting, which really, I guess for bronze we're going to need 2 melters. And we're going to have to get the mixer also, because we're going to need the copper and the tin. So I don't know, we'll come back a couple blocks and throw that down for right now. So there's our flat stamp. The quest wants us to get a bar stamp. And we are going to get a copper cell and 250 Camonite. That's good. That'll be useful for us. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the bar stamp. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and right click that on the bottom of there. And then, okay, tap it with the means to melt and cast. It's time to get some more serious protection against the mist. The first step of this is to find a rubber tree in the Misty World's tropical biomes and tap it with a latex pot to produce latex before processing it into rubber. I foresee this being not really painful, but a little bit time consuming. Just because we're going to have to wait on it. Maybe we can chunk load it. That might work. And then big mix up, not only does melting metals down enable some extra material efficiency, it also provides the option to mix your metals together to get new ones with more specialized properties. For this, you'll need a mixer centrifuge. Feed the molten metals to be mixed into the bottom half of the mixer, supply ember energy, and extract from the top half. We'll tackle that stuff next episode. That's not going to be too bad. It's just going to be a little bit time consuming. Most things in the Misty world tend to be a little bit time consuming. For sure. But we should be able to go ahead and craft the Spectral Relays, I think, during the day, because they're really not expensive on Starlight. So there's glass lenses. This will be a little bit more Spectral Relays, I think, than what we're going to need. I don't recall it being that intensive on Spectral Relays, but we'll see. And then let's go ahead, let's shift right click. Let's pull out our Avatos paper from this. And go ahead and put this in our offhand. And we have to wait until night sets. Okay, I noticed my Atuman Altar wasn't in the right spot. I was like, well, the suns went down, but it's not doing the sparkly effects. So what we're going to do, we're going to hold our constellation paper just in our offhand. And all these spots that are glowing, we're going to put down Spectral Relays on these. And basically we just have to shape off Avatos. Is basically what we're doing. Okay, there's that. There we go. That's going to start glowing. Almost missed that one back here. I'm going to go ahead and throw that back in there. That's going to start glowing. It means Avatos is active, and it's only going to glow if it's in the sky. But luckily, we lucked out tonight. It is in the sky. And then we're just going to step into our Atuman Altar, and we're going to get kind of a cutscene. This is totally, like, I can't move the mouse or anything. We're going to get a little cutscene that plays here. And it's going to attune us now to Avatos. Does take just a minute, but it's kind of cool. It's one of like the few mods in Minecraft that actually give you your own little cutscene and stuff. I mean, it's nothing more than the camera spinning around, but it is still really, really neat. It's not common where it's like you can't do anything, you know. And there we go. We are now attuned to Avatos. So if we open up our Astral Tome, we have a new tab here called Perks. So we're going to open this up. We're going to zoom out. You can see I'm level 1 over here. And so we kind of have like a little grid. And this is very reminiscent of, if you ever played Final Fantasy X, like the sphere grid. Also very similar to what Path of Exile has a grid like this. But you can see all these different little nodes all throughout. You can see root. This is the root thing. It's currently active, and it says gain experience by building things. And so we can get some experience from that, and we get a little bit of added maximum life. Over here we've got 20% more mining speed, plus 10% added critical hit chance, 15% more elemental resistances, plus 1 added to reach. And bear in mind that like right here there's different angles. A pickaxe can be used instead of an axe or a shovel. It's kind of nice. Let's see, plus 1 level of fortune, also really, really nice. Plus 100% chance of chained mining, which is basically like vein mining. And then additional mining chains. Breaking aim. Occasionally your armor repairs itself a bit. I do want that. Mending is super nice. Doesn't require any XP or anything, and it just happens passively. And by the way, when you're looking at this, these are your roots. So if I had chosen Evorcio, that would be where I started. If I'd chosen Dissidia, if I'd chosen Armara or Vicio, you can see those are our starting points. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and select that, because we do have that 1 perk point available. So we get a 5% increase maximum life. We kind of have to work through this little bit to get up to Bloom, 15% more maximum life. Melding thick skin, which is increased armor, which is really, really nice. You get a lot of defensive stuff from this, but you also get mending, which I love. You get stone enrichment, which I'm wanting to try that out in this pack, because of course you don't have like a general place to go mining, but I'm curious as to what all we can get with stone enrichment in this pack. Increased effectiveness of perks, We do get hiking boots, but I've already got that. So spreading growth, basically bone mills areas. You get additional reach from going with Avatos, which I like. Gem socket, which we'll get into a little bit later. And then there's trash to treasure, which is kind of nice. Avoids all dropped trash items and occasionally yields valuable treasure or valuable ore when voiding trash. Cleansing, regenerating life may remove a negative status effect. And you do get life recovery, so your HP goes back up faster. Right now, our only source of getting XP is building things. So, for example, if we take marble and we start placing this out, let me open this back up. You can see we've gained a little bit of XP just from placing down blocks. So that's another really nice thing about this tech tree, or this perk tree. If you like building, which I absolutely love building, we haven't done a whole lot in this pack, but we're starting to get to a point where we might start some building up, I think. Because we've got things available to us. But if you like building, it's an awesome tech tree because we can just level while building. Now, for example, just for example's sake, I do want to hit level 2 today. So an easy way to do that is let's put down a piece of dirt there and a torch underneath it, and just because I want to show you kind of how leveling works. I mean, it's pretty much we get an XP point. So as we're building this gravel up, you'll notice that our XP bar is steadily going up. And I go with gravel because it's very easy to break this down and then rinse and repeat, right? Now, one thing I'm not sure about that I've never tried is I don't know if building wands would work with this. Whoa. Oh, I missed it. No. But then what we can do is just break that off, and all the gravel is going to begin falling right here. And if we take a look, that got us about a half a level for placing all that gravel, which isn't too bad. I do want to try it with a builder's wand just to see if this does work. Though I don't know that it's really going to be. I don't even know how to make a builder's wand. But now that I think about it, it's actually probably not faster than the gravel because this. I can easily break this down. Okay, we did hit level 2 now. Oh, my elytra. Sometimes elytras are a pain. They don't like to kick into effect. Okay, so we hit level 2. If we open up perks, you can see now we have one available point at this stage, and we can go ahead and take that 5% increased maximum life. So there we go. So now we have a total of +2 added maximum life and then 10% on top of that. The next thing we're going to get is 15% more maximum life. And if I was to eat this, you could say that now I have some added hearts here. So we've got an extra 2.5 hearts, not bad. And we're about to get a big bump with that 15%. I'm not really worried about the defensive aspects of the perks because nothing's really... aside from falls, nothing's really killing us at the moment, I don't think. So, not that worried about that, but I am more interested in some of the other things that we can get from it. So, anyways, with that, I am going to end out this episode here. Next episode, we'll push on into a bit of embers and stuff. We might do some building between episodes, start putting some things together. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.